It is important that we as a people, and I'm speaking about Black people specifically, that we use numerous opportunities to speak our truths, because so many presumptions have been made prior and even surrounding us today about what our leadership capacity is, about what we can do, how far we should go, rather than valuing and understanding of our aspirations and how we can absolutely better shape policies because of our experiences and perspectives.
Imagine I arrive in Charlottesville after the events of 2017 and where there's national and international spotlight on my arrival. I'm arriving as the first African-American female, the first female to lead that agency. And now I'm preparing to go in front of the national and international spotlight again as all the media descends on me to talk about what are the qualifications and how do I avoid the next incident of rioting, not only on UVA's campus, the University of Virginia's campus, but into the city streets again.
We've had our challenges, and I have been there through these challenges. When I first got there, we were just running from call to call. It was just basically reactionary policing, going from shooting to homicide, just very reactionary. And now we're doing a lot of proactive work, really focusing on community policing in everything that we do within our agency. And so there were a lot of firsts, and through that, I think that the one thing that's helped me out is my consistency. So when we talk about procedural justice and going out there and make sure that you're hearing people and you're adhering to the tenets of procedural justice, we have to do that internally in our agencies, and that's what I've really focused on in the last 6 months.
In our case, we're beholden to not just the students, faculty, and staff, but the surrounding community. USC didn't move to downtown Los Angeles. It is not downtown. This is South Los Angeles, and it has a proud history that has transformed from different demographics. And it's just the balancing of that. There was a greater expectation to really push out community engagement. And I don't really like to call it community policing. I like to call it relationship-based policing. You ask 10 officers what community policing means, and you'll get 10 different answers. But everybody understands what relationships mean. And that's the core of, I think, what we're all talking about.
And then I got to Santa Monica. They spent average of $3.5 million a year for use of force cases, most of them shootings of African Americans. We brought in the DA's office, we brought in Gordon Graham from the Highway Patrol, who was a liability instructor, and we had 48 hours of training on the implications of the use of deadly force. We went from an average of 12 officer-involved shootings when I got there to none within 5 years. And it wasn't because we were less safe, it was because we were more mindful. And we never had more than 2 murders in the last 6, 7 years I was there. Use of force doesn't correlate with safety at all. Mindfulness, dedication, being smart and strategic in your deployments, that's what equates to a lower crime rate.